Hello, I'm Eva and welcome to my channel. In today's video, as you saw, I'm going to be picking my TBR for July with my TBR container. I don't have any jar, so we have in place this container. So first, let me tell you how I did with last month's TBR. Last month was the first time I did a video doing a TBR jar, and I had a lot of fun picking it, so I couldn't wait to do it again for this month. I've read almost all the books. I am almost finished with this. It's the last day of June as I'm filming this. I have a little over 100 pages left of this, which I can probably read later tonight. The only book that I didn't read / get to is The Fear by Natasha Preston. I still am gonna read this right when I finish Part of Your World, even though it'll probably be in July by then. But besides that, I did pretty good. Hopefully I'll finish this tonight so it'll still count for June, and I'm gonna start this right afterward. I would say that's pretty much a success. Anyways, I'm going to start picking the prompts now. Here's our first prompt. I think last video I picked 8. This video I think I'm gonna pick 7, which at the beginning of the other video I also said I was gonna pick 7, but then I decided to pick one more for fun. But I think this time we really are gonna go for 7. Here we go. Let's pick the first prompt. So the prompts that I picked last time I took out, so we shouldn't have any duplicates from last time. So our first one is a really simple one, which is a hardcover book. I don't think I have that many on my TBR that I haven't read. I see The Grandest Games, The Rosewood Hunt, Kingdom of the Wicked. Okay, actually I see a lot more than a few, so I'm just a liar. I'm gonna go get the couple that I'm thinking of, but I only have one video in mind that I wanted to do for this month. Otherwise, I have no clue what I want to read. So here's the 4 I picked. I have more than 4 on my TBR, but these are the 4 I picked that I can actually see myself wanting to read this month. First is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. This book has been on my TBR the longest out of any book I have. I don't know why I keep putting it off. Actually, I do know why. I kind of keep putting it off because everybody says the first one's good, but that the rest of the series is kind of a disappointment. So when you hear that, you almost don't want to even read the first one. But so many people say the first one's good that I still want to read it. Then I have this chunker, House of Flame and Shadow. But I've heard a lot of disappointing things about this one as well. Though the end of House of Sky and Breath makes me want to get to this one more, but even people who are like Sarah J. Maas lovers, like who rate every single one of her books 5, have even said that book is a bit disappointing. Then I have the Divine Rivals duology. I really want to get to these. I have been wanting to get to these for so long, and I read Sisters of Sword and Song by Rebecca Ross a few years ago and I loved it. I never see anybody talk about that book, and it's a standalone fantasy, so if you just want something that's fantasy but not having to commit to a whole series, I would totally recommend Sisters of Sword and Song. But sadly, I don't think I'm gonna pick this for this prompt at least. But this book, Kingdom of the Wicked, goes with the one video I have planned. So for a hardcover book, I picked Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. Let's pick our second prompt. Okay. Here we go. I have a ton of stuff in here. It's hard to pick just one. Usually 1 or 2 end up coming with it.
It's 2, right? Where's this 1?
Okay, we'll go with this one, I guess. See. A book with a dual point of view. A book with dual point of view. A book where you get the point of view of 2 different characters. I can go with like a lot of different romance ones. I already see one. I just got this like yesterday and I really want to read it, so this is definitely an option. This is the 3rd book in the Gold Rush Ranch series.
Huh?
This is the 3rd book in the Gold Rush Ranch series. There we go. And I've seen a lot of good things about this one. I've seen quite a few people say this one's their favorite, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about it because I feel like the main guy is kind of like a dick in the first book, but maybe we'll see more of a little redemption for him. So that's definitely an option. What else do I have over here? Is this dual point of view? Ooh, okay, so this is another good option, is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. As I said, I am finishing up Part of Your World right now, and I'm really excited to get to the rest of the series, and I want to read Just for the Summer by the end of this summer, and I want to read the series in order. So I don't know, do I want to go with the front runner or yours truly? If I get the chance to pick one of these for another prompt, I'm gonna pick it. I think I'm gonna go with the front runner though, because I'm more excited to continue this series. Even though I am really excited to continue the Part of Your World series, I'm just a little more excited to continue this one. I guess we're gonna go with the front runner. So for the prompt, a book with a dual point of view, I chose The Front Runner by Elsie Silver. Sorry if you can hear my dad, he's on the phone downstairs and he's talking really loud. Okay, let's put yours truly back. Hopefully I can pick you for another prompt. Time for prompt number 3. So we got a fantasy book and a romance so far. I'd like to add at least one mystery thriller in there as well. Scroll on Goodreads and the first book you own is your read. Okay, so this one I don't even get an option. Here's the thing. I don't know if that'll make sense, but I'm gonna pull up Goodreads on my computer and I'm gonna go on my feed. And the first book that I own is the one I'll be adding to my TBR. And if it takes too long to find one that I actually own, I'm going to just do one that's on Kindle Unlimited. Let's see. Here's my Goodreads. Let's scroll through. So, oh, you saw Problematic Summer. I don't own that one. I've read Carrie Soto's back. Face Off. Okay, so if we can't find one on my physical TBR, that'll be the one we add, is Face Off, because I know I can get that on Kindle Unlimited, but let's try to see if I have something for my physical TBR pop up first. Can you see? I don't know how well you guys can see, I'm sorry. I don't own that, but I do want to read it. Come on, I thought we'd get one by now. Oh my goodness, this is making my arm tired. 2 more that I've read. Okay, I've read that. I've read that. Okay, that's not out. I don't own that. I don't own that. Oh, finally. Okay, finally we got one. The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. Poston? Okay, finally. That took forever. I didn't think it was gonna take that long. Okay, and it is right behind me. Okay, so this one, it's a romance, but there's a little bit of a paranormal aspect to it from what I read on the back. She's a ghostwriter for a very famous romance author, and when she gets broken up with, she stops believing in love and has trouble writing. And then I think she heads home for her, is it her father? Is that who they said? She goes home for her father's funeral, and when she's there, she sees a ghost. And I guess she falls in love with the ghost. So again, that one I didn't really have much of a choice, but for prompt number 3, scroll on Goodreads and the first book you own is your read is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I don't know. Time for prompt number 4. Okay, got one. Okay, let's see. Instagram pics. Ooh, that's a fun one. Okay. Instagram pics. Okay. What 2 books do I want to show Instagram to pick between? Maybe I'll do yours truly. But also at the same time, I really want to read that one. So what else do we got? We can do yours truly versus the X-Files maybe? I definitely want to do yours truly. And if they don't pick it, I'm probably going to read it this month anyway. That's one of the options, yours truly. That's definitely gonna be one of the options. Okay, here's a possible one I might do is the X-Files. Last TBR video, I pulled this book out like 20 times and didn't pick it any time. Okay, I think I'm gonna do the X-Files as the other option. So I'm gonna post that to Instagram now, and in a couple laters. Huh? And in a couple hours, I'll like come back and tell you which one won. Here's the 2 I'm gonna put up for the poll.
Later that night.
It's a few hours later and I just finished working out, but I put my hair back down so I looked a little more presentable. But the poll results are in and yours truly won just marginally. I think it was 47% to 53%. I think I only had it up for like 3 hours. I still might end up reading this anyway, but the one that's officially going on my TBR is going to be yours truly by Abby Jimenez. I'm really excited for this one. So far, like I said, I'm only like 50 pages away from finishing Part of Your World. I like her friend so far, which is who this book is about. And I think they're both doctors. I don't really know the whole story between them because I don't think we've heard of our main male character in this book, in the first book. Dr. Brianna Ortiz's life is seriously flatlining. Her divorce is just about finalized. Her brother's running out of time to find a kidney donor. And that promotion she wants? Oh, that's probably going to the new man doctor, who's already registering 80-frickin-7 on Brianna's pain in the ass scale. But just when all the systems are set to hate, Dr. Jacob Maddox completely flips the game by sending Brianna a letter. After reading that, obviously we haven't met him yet because he's supposed to be a new doctor, and it's a really good letter. Like the kind that proves that Jacob isn't actually Satan. Worse, he might be this fantastically funny and subversively likable guy who's terrible at first impressions, because suddenly he and Bree are exchanging letters, sharing lunch dates in her sob closet, and discussing the merits of freakishly tiny horses. But when Jacob decides to give Brianna the best gift imaginable, a kidney for her brother, she wonders just how she can resist this quietly sexy new doctor, especially when he calls in a favor she can't resist. No, refuse. Whoops, my bad. That sounds like it's gonna be really good. This is my prediction for the series. I feel like Just for the Summer is gonna be my favorite. Then I think this one, then I think Part of Your World will be like the bottom of my ranking. But obviously, we'll have to see. That's just my guess. Also, I did not know this until I was looking at the back of Part of Your World, that Abby Jimenez was on Cupcake Wars and won season 2. I did not know that until today. I think that is so cool. I've never watched Cupcake Wars, but there's this cupcake place that's like 15-20 minutes away from me. I think they were on Cupcake Wars and won a season as well. I've never seen anybody mention it, but it says it like right at like her little author thing there. I think that's so cool. I've thought about watching Cupcake Wars. If you have, tell me if you liked it. Tell me if you recommend it. I love competition shows. Anyways, so this is the book that got picked by Instagram, just barely. Like I said, I think it was like 47% to 53. Now back to past me picking more from my TBR jar. Okay, so we won't know what book got chosen till later. Either way, it'll either be Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez or The X-Files by Jessica Joyce. So that will be book number 4. Here's prompt number 5. We're gonna go with this one. Let's see what this one said. I had to pause it for a second because my dad was being really loud. Random generate a Goodreads average. This is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull up some like decimal generator thing. I pulled up the random generator. It's the one on the bottom, and we're gonna see what decimal point we get, and we're just gonna find whatever book is closest to that. So let's see. We got a 4.02. So I'm gonna check Goodreads now and see which book is that or closest to it. Actually, I can't even see what they are right now. Okay. We have one book that is a 4.02. So that is going to be the book that's chosen. We don't have any other option. I'm gonna go get it. As you can see, it's First Time Caller by B.K. Borson. I was a little nervous when I saw this got picked, even though I'm really excited to read it, just because I thought it was like over 500 pages, but when I just looked, it's actually only over 400 pages, so I'm not as worried now. But I have not seen a single bad review for this, so I'm surprised it's even only a 4.02 instead of even higher. But Goodreads says it's at a 4.02, so for a random generate a Goodreads average, we got a 4.02, which led us to First Time Caller by B.K. Borson. Also, an exciting thing about that book is it's set in Maryland, which is where I'm from. And I just love when a book is set in Maryland because it feels like I'm getting like a shout out. I know that sounds stupid, but that's truly what it feels like to me. I think I talked about this in my last TBR video. He is a radio show host, and I think she calls in and they have like good like chemistry or banter, and then they call her in to be his like co-host, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me. So that was our 5th prompt. Let's move on to our 6th one. Let's see, I'm gonna pick one in this corner. Okay, let's see. A book written by a woman. Okay, that's actually like the easiest thing ever. That's the easiest prompt ever, as almost every single one of the books I own is written by a woman, except like 2. Like I said, basically every book I own is written by a woman, so almost all books are up for grabs for this, but I picked Promises and Pomegranates as it's gonna go with the one video I have planned for later this month. I honestly completely forget what this book is about. I've had it for so long that I don't even remember. It's the first book in Monsters and Muses series. Let's read the back. Elena. To most, Cal Anderson is a villain. Harbinger of death, keeper of souls, frequenter of nightmares, Dr. Death, Hades incarnate. They say he stole me, usurped my fiancé, and filled the cracks in my heart with empty promises. Imprinted his crimson fingerprints on my psyche and tried to set me free. They're not wrong per se, except it was my choice to stay. Okay. I think this is a dark romance, which I don't read dark romance as frequent as like a fluffier romance, but I'm so excited to get into this, and it's by Sav R. Miller, who is a woman. Our sixth prompt, a book written by a woman. I picked Promises and Pomegranates by Sav R. Miller. So we have one more prompt to pick, and my mom just got home, so now they're even louder downstairs. Sorry. One more prompt to pick. Did I pick one or did I pick two? I picked two. Oh no, I picked one. Okay. Oh, this is a nice last one. A mystery slash thriller. I know which one I'm gonna pick. So I could add the fear since I'm gonna read it no matter what, but I'm gonna switch it up and pick something else. So I have at least like 4 or 5 mystery thrillers on my TBR, but I already know which one I'm gonna pick. So instead of showing them all to you, I'm just gonna show you the one I picked. I picked Unsubbed by Meg Gardiner. I talked about it in my last TBR video, and after I read the back again, I've just been thinking about it ever since. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Criminal Minds with the unsub, but basically she is a narcotics detective, but then is pulled from narcotics to help with a case. I think it's a murder case. Yeah, she's tapped to hunt the killer that haunted her childhood. Does that not sound so good? And I know this is actually a series. When I first got it, I didn't know that. I think it just sounds really interesting. Just the first line of the description. Caitlin Hendricks has been a narcotics detective for 6 months when she's tapped to hunt the killer that haunted her childhood, the Prophet, and Unsub, what the FBI calls an unknown subject. That sounds so good. My pick for a mystery slash thriller book is Unsub by Meg Gardiner. But just know I will also be reading The Fear this month. So the first book that we picked from this video is a hardcover Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. And then the second book we picked was The Frontrunner by Elsie Silver for the prompt, a book with a dual point of view. It's the third book in the Gold Rush Ranch series. For the prompt, that was scroll through Goodreads, and the first book you own is your read. We had The Dead Romantic. So yeah, that was our third pick, I think, because then our fourth pick was Instagram picks. So that'll either be yours truly or the X-Files. I don't know right now, but you probably already know because I cut it into the video. One of those is going to be our pick. Then for random generate a Goodreads average, we got First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. And then for a very easy prompt, a book written by a woman, I picked Promises and Pomegranates by Sav R. Miller. As I said, almost every single book I own is written by a woman except like 3 or 4 of them. And then our last pick for a mystery slash thriller book, I picked Unsubbed by Meg Gardiner. This one I think I'm the most excited for out of all these. Here is our stack of books that I could be reading from. And then these two are the possible ones for the Instagram picks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe and turn on your post notification bell to possibly see me reading these books and giving a review for them. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.